Are you thinking about moving to Charleston and specifically Mount Pleasant, but you don't know where to start? Well, you're in the right place.
Yes, today we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of living here in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. And we hope that will be good information so that you can make your decision. Let's go.
Come on. Pro number one, and the number one rule in real estate is location, location, location. And you get that with Mount Pleasant. It is in the prime location because of its proximity to the beach. It is right up against Sullivan's Island and Isle of Palms. You cannot get closer without being on those beaches. And these beaches are two of the most beautiful beaches in South Carolina, let alone Charleston.
Yes, the beach here is absolutely wonderful. You can go to the beach all year round. You can go swimming, a lot of people surf, and then in the winter too, you can go and it never really gets too cold and you can just enjoy solitude, walk on the beach, and the beach is just so wide and so big and it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we call the beaches here God's sandbox because when all the crowds are leaving at 5 o'clock, if you go out there at 5:30, you don't need sunscreen, you got a couple hours worth of daylight left, and it's just this unbelievable, peaceful nature where you get to watch the sunset and enjoy the surf, the waves, the sound, the air, the smells. There's so much that's beneficial about living in Mount Pleasant.
On the first of the year, actually, is something fun here in Charleston. They do the polar plunge. Well, you've done the polar plunge sometimes, right?
Yes, the polar plunge happens on Sullivan's Island and is a huge party with people dressing up in costumes, in onesies, coming out on January 1st and running into the ocean. It is an absolute blast. So if you want to start off the new year in a refreshing fashion,
Charleston style,
come out January 1st on Sullivan's Island and it is a party. You won't regret it.
Pro number two, great weather. If you love warm weather, well, Mount Pleasant is the place for you. If you enjoy mild winters and not shoveling snow, then you have to come here. The summers can get hot and humid, but for most of the year, you can be outside, golfing, biking, relaxing by the water because the weather is just gorgeous.
Pro number three, families love Mount Pleasant because of its highly rated schools. The public schools here are some of the best in South Carolina with top-ranked institutions like Wando High School coming in at number 12 in the entire state and Lucy Beckham High School coming in at number 37, still very highly ranked. If education is a priority for you and your family, this is a fantastic place to raise a family. If you'd like more information about the schools here in Mount Pleasant, just reach out to us and we'll help you find all the resources to make the right decision for you. And if you want to take a look on your own, use niche.com, which is where we grab these statistics from.
Pro number four, the outdoor lifestyle. If you love being outside, here in Mount Pleasant, you're never gonna run out of things to do. You have a great variety of choices based on really what you feel like doing that day. If you wanna go shopping, then you go to Town Center. It's an outside mall where you can just stroll down the street and pop into those amazing stores, local stores, go have shopping and have fun.
And if you want to go more nature side, Shem Creek is where you can have a drink while watching the sunset, smelling the salt air, and seeing dolphins play up and down the creek. And this sounds kind of like a fairy tale or something that doesn't happen that often. It actually happens almost every single day. So if you want an incredible evening, go out to one of the cute little bars that line up on Shem Creek on either side and enjoy a cocktail while waiting for dolphins to appear.
And at Shem Creek, actually, you can also take a sunset cruise. That's so much fun. You take the Palmetto breeze, it's called. It takes out, I think, around 7 o'clock at sunset, takes you out for a couple of hours, and you can really enjoy the beauty of Charleston and of Mount Pleasant. Looking over the Ravenel Bridge is really a fun experience that I highly suggest.
There's so much to do on Shem Creek. You can rent kayaks, you can rent paddle boards. So make sure if you come to Mount Pleasant that you don't miss getting to Shem Creek, and check out our Discover Mount Pleasant video for more information about what you can do.
If you want to take an afternoon and go explore and discover the rich history that is in the town of Mount Pleasant, you have a lot of choices here. You can go visit the Maritime Museum and the Patriots Point, which is a USS carrier
An aircraft carrier.
Yes, from World War II. Or you can go to Boone Hall, which is one of the original plantations where you can take a tour of the house and really learn the Gala culture that was here in Mount Pleasant.
There are also parks that you may not want to miss, like Palmetto Island County Park. This is a great park to get out and walk on walkways. They have a tower out there where you get long-range marsh views, and they even have a water park down a dirt road that has been there for a long time and is a great place for young kids. So if the beach is not your scene, but you are coming to Mount Pleasant, the water park will be a great place to go instead. Pro number 5 is the proximity to historic downtown Charleston. And this is what makes Mount Pleasant so special, is it is sandwiched between pro number 1, the beaches, and pro number 5, historic downtown Charleston, where you have fine dining, history, carriage tours, luxury stores, incredible architecture. You have all of this history and fun and activities right at your fingertips downtown Charleston. In a matter of minutes, you can be exploring historic mansions that were built in the 17 and 1800s, along with the beaches in the opposite direction just a few minutes away, which is why pro number 5 and pro number 1 make Mount Pleasant so special.
If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about living in Charleston, South Carolina, then subscribe below and tap the notification bell so you can be the first one to know about the market in Charleston, South Carolina.
My name is Paul Smith, and this is my beautiful wife, Julia, and together we run the Paul Smith Real Estate Team. We get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking for help on making their move to Charleston, South Carolina, and we absolutely love it.
Whether you're moving here in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All the information is in the description below, so we can help you make a smooth move to Charleston, South Carolina. And now for the cons. Con number 1. Because Mount Pleasant is so amazing with everything that you can do and the proximity to everything, the cost of living there, it's quite expensive. Mount Pleasant is, other than the beaches, and downtown Charleston, one of the most expensive real estate that you can find here.
There is high cost of living and high real estate prices, but you get what you pay for. And so if you're seeing homes that are more expensive than other more inland areas, it's because you're getting a much different lifestyle for that particular location. So to give you some bearing on what we mean by high cost of living, the median price for Mount Pleasant South, which is beneath the Isle of Palms connector, is around $1.1 million for a home. And it's gonna buy a smaller home than what you could get in Mount Pleasant North. Mount Pleasant North is above the Isle of Palms connector and above Highway 41. It's been developed after Mount Pleasant South, obviously, because it's further away from downtown Charleston. So you're gonna have newer homes, a little bit larger homes, and more modern layouts. And the median price point in Mount Pleasant North is around $950,000. So that gives you an idea of prices and what you should expect when living in Mount Pleasant if you choose to call Mount Pleasant your next home. Con number 2 is the traffic congestion. And locals will say, oh my goodness, you live in Mount Pleasant, the traffic there is crazy. But let me tell you from having lived in Mount Pleasant in the past that the traffic actually flows really well. You have 2 major roadways that go through Mount Pleasant and frontage roads off of those main roads. So this allows traffic to flow very easily, even though there is a lot of people that are driving on the roads in Mount Pleasant. So the roadways have been designed expertly in Mount Pleasant, and it flows and is less stressful, much less stressful actually, than what you'll find in Somerville, which is experiencing parabolic growth, and their roads are not prepared for the amount of influx of people that they're seeing right now.
And really, the traffic is at its peak at around 8:30 or 9 a.m. in the morning because all the people that work in Mount Pleasant come from Somerville. So all these people are coming in. And then again, around 4:30 or 5 o'clock, when all these people are leaving Mount Pleasant. So if you live in Mount Pleasant and you don't need to go anywhere during those times, just stay home and you won't really experience any traffic.
It's true. If you think about it, Mount Pleasant only has a couple bridges to come in and out of. And so the influx of workers in and out of Mount Pleasant does congest the bridges, 526 and the Ravenel Bridge, getting back out into suburbs that are outside of Mount Pleasant. So if you do live in Mount Pleasant, it's really not too big of a deal just to go home and grab a drink and head to the beach.
On number 3, the mosquitoes. Got it. Charleston and Mount Pleasant are considered the Lowcountry, and with standing water and the hot temperatures in the summer, inevitably there is a lot of mosquitoes, which nobody likes.
No.
So that's really, in my opinion, the worst cons of them all. Of course, you can get your yard treated, but those sneakers still come. Be ready to see around some palmetto bugs. What is palmetto bugs? Is cockroaches. Yes, we are in the Lowcountry, so you are going to find palmetto bugs, no matter how clean it is, but you want to get a good pest control so that they don't stay in your house. But these things just live everywhere.
Con number 4 is the insurance cost. So you're close to the beach, you're close to the water, you're close to where storms come in, if they ever do come in, and that increases your insurance cost because you gotta pay to play, right? And so you're close to the beach and insurance is a little bit more expensive because you're in the wind zone. But guys, there's houses that are in Mount Pleasant that have been here since the 40s and 50s. So don't let it stress you out because there's lots of houses that have been here forever and storms come and go, but the people always come back.
Con number 5. Do we have a con number 5?
Guys, do we have a con? We need one more con. We said that there would be 5.
No, I guess there's not con number 5 because living in Mount Pleasant is just that great.
So I guess that's it. We can't find another con. So if you want to move to Mount Pleasant, just reach out to us. Our contact information is in the description below.
Maybe you'll find con number 5.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.